Hi everybody, I am Professor Zamini and I am going to be your instructor for the next 7 weeks. This is the first lecture that I'll be giving you and I thought it was important for us to get started on some things. So if you can log on to Canvas, pause this for a moment until you do so. Then I'm going to take you through some important tools really for you to be successful. So when you've done that, go ahead and press play again and then I'll continue from there. Okay, once you're logged on, the first thing you should do, if you go up into Account and you change your notifications, if you click Notifications, then anytime I've made a change, sent you an email, made a comment on a paper, you can change how you'd like to see that. For example, down here, if someone has posted a discussion, a conversation, grading, you need to choose if you want to have it immediately, occasionally. You can go through these and see what you would like to do, and then you'll be ready. You don't need to save it. It'll automatically save it. But that's a really important feature so that when I'm communicating with you, you can quickly have those notifications. On your dashboard, if you click that, you can see the courses that you're enrolled in, or you can click Courses. It'll show you what you're doing. So find our class, Foundations of College Writing. And I'm actually looking at this as an instructor, so your page will look a little bit different, but this is the landing page, the home page. You'll see any recent announcements, so let's just click that since there is a welcome message for you. Looks like I posted my syllabus, and I cannot stress how important this is. I wish I have a highlighter right here, but the Canvas tutorials, if this is one of your first classes, even if you've already taken a couple with Professional Studies Department, this will make your life so much easier. And I even tell on-the-ground traditional students that this is one of the best things they can do is to figure out how to use Canvas. So again, announcements, very important that you check for those and they will appear in your dashboard. All right. Another thing you may notice here is that there's a course summary here below. You can of course click this link to receive the syllabus. But there's a list here of upcoming assignments, and while this may be helpful, you can also click over here under Calendar, and the calendar feed will actually show you what's coming up. So let me get to the next month for our class, and you can kind of see it in this view. So I try to post it so that you can see when items are due. So let's go back to our home page. Okay, so you can see what's due. I don't recommend that you just click the links here. Anything in a light blue is a hyperlink. It's either something you can download. For example, if I click the syllabus, it doesn't open. And you may be wondering where it is, but actually it opened down here, so I can click it and open it from my computer. So the list of items is just kind of a helpful view for you, or use the calendar tool, but what I recommend for you to follow all of our course assignments is actually one of these navigation tabs here on the side. So home will take you to recent announcements and a course summary. You can always click announcements. A lot of these are not visible to you, and I'll change them over the course, but that's where you can see anything that's been posted. You can click assignments if you're actually trying to view kind of a long list. Again, I don't recommend accessing it, but if you're stuck and you're not sure how to actually access something, you can go here. Your grades, that will give you an overview to see how you're doing. And discussions, there's only occasionally discussions that we do in this class, so under discussions you can see there's one that says introductions. Also, you might notice that there are dates that say not available. That just means that it's not open to you yet. It's kind of up and coming. Modules, okay, this is the most important one. So if anything, remember modules. I have put by week a list of items, and it's always in the order that you should review it. So here for week 1, you have a lecture, you have assignments, and you have resources. So I want to go through these each briefly. All right, lecture. Every week I'm going to have a lecture for you, and you can read this on your own. It takes around 20 minutes roughly. I recommend you set aside some time, have some paper in front of you, because it's critical that you understand the items that I'm discussing. These are not optional. They are critical for your success in the course. And then after you have watched the lecture, I want you to do one of two things. Feel free to do both if you like, but what you're required to do is to either pose a question, something that kind of piqued your interest but you're not quite sure about it, maybe something I said in a lecture, maybe something a peer said in a discussion board, something you read, something you always want to know but you're kind of afraid to ask. So you would type a question in the box that will appear once you click your lecture. Or you can just make a comment, something that you learned, maybe something that you always weren't quite sure about and it's clear now. Maybe you learned from me, maybe you learned from your peers, so that's up to you. You're going to see that there's 1 point for each week's lecture, but I've checked the box that says this does not factor into the total points for the course. But it is considered when I look at your grades for participation and other things. Maybe you were late on an assignment, your grade is on the border. I'm going to consider that in my decision, so just keep that in mind. And then occasionally I'll post short little videos that I want you to watch. And so if you were a student right down here, a box would appear. You would follow these items and then go ahead and type your note, your question, or something that you learned there. Okay, so you're going to do that every week. Then there's a list of assignments. These are in your syllabus, but the way I've done this is try to make it easier on you. So for example, our first week's focus is preparing to write an essay. And I'm going to assume that you're going to take the syllabus and read it on your own, and I've kind of just pulled apart different sections so that it's clear for you. So always list the readings that you need to do, and I try to tell you the pages that I want you to focus on. Plan ahead to get your textbook so that you can finish these the first week, and the bookstore does have it. You can probably get it online as well, but hopefully you can look at the syllabus and get that going. And then it just tells you kind of what you have coming. Here you have a free writing assignment. It gives you the information. And then at last, I list all the assignments that are kind of up and coming. And I think if you follow just using this link, modules, and then by week, here's your assignments. And what I've done is made hyperlinks for anything that you need to do. So if you look on this assignment page, anything that is blue is something you have to do. So I've already explained the lecture and the syllabus is there for you to look at. Here's a due date, Tuesday before midnight, Sunday before midnight, and the lecture always the first day, Monday. But let's just look at the one that's due Tuesday. So it says click the link for introductions to view the assignment. So I'm going to click it. And I posted a little introductory video here, and I would like you guys to introduce yourselves and do the same kind of thing. You can do audio, video, you can type in the box and upload photos if you want, but we just want to get to know you a little bit better, and that's what I have prepared for you there. And then you can always go back, and I've asked that you comment on each other's introduction. So you do that by clicking discussions, find the one that says introductions, and then there'll be a list here of once you've done yours, this will be open to you where it says reply. And then you can reply to each other's postings so that you get to know each other. Maybe you find someone who's interested in the same thing that you are. It just kind of makes the class more personal. So back to modules, back to assignments. You have a free writing impromptu writing assignment, and this is actually asking you to complete something in MLA format. So what I've done, go back to modules. Under resources, we are just beginning to learn different citation styles. You guys have probably heard of MLA format. If you've been through our program for a while, then you've been using one of these different formats. The documentation styles depend on your major. So humanities is MLA, AP is more for social sciences, Chicago, mostly like science-y fields. There's all kinds. So what I did here is, depending on what major you are, you should learn which one you're going to be using primarily. And I posted, so just click the one that's appropriate for you. If you use MLA format, there's 2 videos I posted to give you an overview. APA in Chicago, what I did is I posted a PowerPoint. So let me just open that for you. I click it, I'm going to open it. And I don't want you to do full screen when you're viewing these because it has some notes that I want you guys to follow. So let me show you what it looks like, and then you can just do this on your own, again, depending on what you're actually, your major is. So you can see that I have notes here below for you to read as you're going over each slide. So that hopefully will give you a good overview of your style. Now, sometimes it's hard because you'll have a professor that says, oh, I want MLA style or APA style. So what I did is I give you a citation comparison chart. This is one of the most helpful things that you can have for all your years at Vanguard. So what it is it gives a comparison of what you should do for each one, how you should do it differently, and I think it's a really valuable document, so I just posted that for you guys there. So again, these resources are going to be very valuable for you. I am okay for the papers that I'm having you do. I'm okay using, you guys beginning to get your feet wet, using the format that's correct for your particular major. The only, I guess, caution I would give you is APA format requires a title page. That's like the first document. I don't need that. So again, if you want to do it, it's okay. I'm not going to deduct any points, but I do want you to choose the format that you're going to use, be consistent, learn how to do it, get your feet wet a little bit with it, and that will be important for the first assignment that you're doing. Other than that, welcome to class. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'm trying to make things as interesting and as clear for you. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions.